Today I'm going to show y'all the best Anthony Edwards build in NBA 2K25. Now there are a couple different ways you can go about this build, which I will explain later on in the video. But to start it out, we are a shooting guard at 6'4". We are 211 pounds and we have a 6'11 wingspan. We're going to start out with our finishing. We're going to go with an 89 overall driving dunk, and this will be able to be upgraded to a 94 later on, just depending on how you want to bring this build, the kind of way you want to go with this build, what your play style is, what maybe you think is better representation of Ant. So we're going to go with a 76 close shot, an 85 driving layup, 89 driving dunk. Our standing dunk, we're going to bring that to a 45. That is a must. And for our post control, we're actually going to go with a 79 post control. Now, I will show you the badges later on. Once we upgrade the rest of this, I will show you the badges that these get and why I'm going with these specific attribute numbers. We're going to go with an 85 overall mid-range, and we're going to go with an 83 overall three-pointer. Now, this will be able to be changed kind of at the end, I'll show you, but depending on how you like mid-range or three-pointer. I personally think Anthony Edwards, his three-point isn't crazy, so I think an 83 is perfect for him. But at the same time, I do think his mid-range is better than his three-point, so that's why it is higher. But later on, if you want, when this build is done, you could tweak this. You could bring his mid-range down to like an 80 maybe, and you could bring his three up to like an 86 or so, or 85, just depending on how you do it. So with an 85 mid-range, an 83 three-pointer, and right now I have a 60 free throw. Now, if this is more of a rec build, you want to use this in rec, you can obviously tweak a couple things to get the free throw higher. I know Anthony Edwards has higher than a 60 overall free throw, but obviously in theater, park, pro-am, that stuff doesn't matter. So that's why I have it at a 60 overall. But if you are planning on playing rec a good amount with this build, or you play rec all the time, you could definitely tweak some things to get that higher free throw. We're going to go with a 78 overall pass accuracy right here, which is going to give us that versatile visionary right there. We're going to go with a 92 overall ball handle, which is going to give us the best signatures in the game. And we're going to go to an 86 speed with ball, which is going to give us that gold lightning launch. Our interior is going to go to a 54 overall, and our perimeter is going to go to an 83 overall. And our steal, which is very good, is going to go all the way up to a 94 overall, which is going to give us that Hoff interceptor and that gold glove. For our block, we're going to bring this to a 50 overall. Now, I know Ant has higher block than a 50, but I brought this down a little bit just to help with the other attributes that I think he is better at, just to maximize those a little bit more. So again, kind of like free throw, if you do want to tweak this, you definitely can, and you can upgrade block a little more. Try and get that high fly denier at a 68 overall block. Rebound, we're going to bring this to a 42, and our defensive rebound is going to come down to a 43. For our speed, we're going to go 82. Our agility, we're going to bring it to an 83. Strength, which is very good on this build, is going to go to a 73, which is going to give us that gold strong handles. And we're going to bring our vertical to an 80 overall. Now, this is kind of how you can build this build. Now, we do have one attribute left or so that we could put anywhere, but I'm going to kind of tweak this a little bit and show you the other route you could go depending on your play style or how you kind of want it to play. We could bring our pass accuracy down to a 71, which is still going to give us that silver dimer and that bronze break starter. And we could go to our driving dunk and put it on a 93 overall, which is going to give us that gold posterizer. And then you still have a little bit left you could put on. Maybe you could put on three-pointer, bring it to an 85. You could put it on perimeter defense, which would give you that silver on-ball menace if you brought it up to perimeter. You could put it on steal, but it doesn't really do anything for you. There's a couple different things you could do. You could go speed, you could go agility with it. You could even put it on your close shot, bring it to a 79 to an 84, which would give you that silver paint prodigy badge. And now, depending on cap breakers, if you're trying to get them or you already have them, this build could change completely. You could bring your vertical up to an 84 on this build, which would then give you Hall of Fame posterizer. If you use your cap breakers on this, you could put 3 on your driving dunk and 1 more on your vertical, which would give you that Hall of Fame posterizer, which then you could use a +1 badge upgrade and get legend posterizer on this build. Or if you want, you can leave your driving dunk at a 93 and just keep the gold posterizer. You could still put a +1 on it and get the Hall of Fame posterizer. And if you wanted to use your cap breakers, you could bring your 3-point up 1 or 2 if you wanted, and you could put the rest of cap breakers on 3-point, which would give you 89 overall 3-pointer depending on what you go with, and you could get gold set shot specialist and silver limitless range. So in theory, if you did put it on your 3-point, you could have an 89 overall 3-point with a 93 overall driving dunk. Other good finishing, you get good perimeter defense at an 83, and you get very good steal at a 94. So there's a couple different ways that you can go about this build, but this build does get very good badges. As you can see, the silver float game, silver hook specialist. You get that Hall of Fame aerial wizard and the silver physical finisher with the silver layup mixmaster. And obviously you get that gold posterizer with our driving dunk. Because our post control is high, you're also going to get that gold unpluckable, which is good. And you get the gold post fade phenom, which is very good. Post powerhouse and post up poet on silver. Now I know some of y'all are probably like, why do you have post control on a shooting guard? Now I think Anthony Edwards has post control in real life. He does post up, he makes post moves, and he does that a lot actually in his game if you watch him. Also in 2K, a guard is most likely going to be guarding you. If it's not a lockdown, if it's just a normal guard and their defense is just kind of mid, you would be able to post spin them like every time if you really wanted to. And obviously you're going to get the dunk right after if you want. But my guard that I play with a lot has this exact build. And whenever we're in trouble, he is able to just back down the point guard and he is able to just post control off of him and either get the post fade or the post up. You're going to get the silver deadeye, the silver set shot specialist, the bronze shifty shooter, and the bronze limitless range. Now, depending on what I kind of talked about, how you can tweak this build a little bit here and there, depending on your play style or what you think might work a little better for you. These badges could definitely change in the future. You could get the 89 3-pointer on this build if you really wanted to, which could make this build very, very good with a 93 overall driving dunk. You could go back to like the first way that I had it with the 78 pass accuracy, which is going to give you that versatile visionary, or you can kind of keep it how I have it right now with the silver dimer and the bronze break starter. We're going to get that silver ankle assassin, gold handles for days, gold strong handles, and the gold unpluckable again with the gold lightning launch. We get the silver challenger, the bronze on-ball menace, the silver pick dodger, bronze immovable forcer, and gold off-ball pest, which again, if you tweak this kind of how I talked about and get the 85 perimeter, you will get silver on-ball menace. Since 50 block really isn't going to do too much, depending on if you want block on this build or not, we can bring it down to a 48 and get the 85 perimeter, which is going to give us that silver on-ball menace right there, which is definitely going to help a lot with your perimeter defense. With our steal, we have very high steal, so you're going to get that Hall of Fame interceptor and that gold glove, which you could put your +1 on that interceptor, the badge upgrade, and get legend interceptor if you would want. Now there is a lot of different things you can kind of tweak with this build. This is the one that I kind of like a little bit more. It is more well-rounded. You still shoot very well with an 84-3 as long as you're open, taking good shots. And if this isn't a rec build, you can bring your free throw way down. And honestly, in rec, you're probably going to be on the ball or up at the top most of the time. You're not really going to be going for blocks. So you can even bring your block down even more. Put it on some other attributes in different places. But this is definitely a good layout you could start with in order to get the closest ant build in NBA 2K25. Now, depending on the style you go with, what you upgrade and what you do different, how I kind of explained it, you're going to get a different build name. That specific type of attributes, we are a 2-way 3-level slasher, but you can also be a shot creating 3-level threat, and there's also one more build name that you can get with that style that I was telling you about. Now, we don't get shades of Anthony Edwards, but I do think this is pretty damn close to what his build in 2K would be. He's a decent shooter. He's a very good finisher. He is solid on defense, and he can definitely handle the ball when it is in his hands. He's got solid speed, solid agility, very good vertical. This build will definitely be very good in 2K. If y'all did enjoy this video, hit that like and subscribe button. We're on the road to the 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be doing a 450,000 VC giveaway for Xbox or PlayStation when we do hit the 1,000 subscribers. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments who you would like to see next.